Well, good morning to you. I thought I'd just show you that. It's not quite as high as an elephant's eye, but the maize, the corn is doing rather well at the moment. Anyway, what's happening in this corner of France? Well, when I got up this morning, I turned on my information systems, and the meteorological organisation for France sent me a warning that it's going to be hot today. Okay, I gathered that. It was hot yesterday. Now, hot by our standards. No, this is not Arizona, this is France. And hot, we're looking at 36 degrees centigrade. Now, I got down to the shops this morning and there was all the usual suspects, and they were all complaining about the heat. And I thought, you know, it's been hot for 3 days now and we're complaining. The usual suspects that are outside the shop when I get there are all retired people. It's not as if we've got a hand mixed 10 yards of concrete today. So it's not really a big problem. It changes what we're going to be doing through the course of the day. Obviously I'm going to have to water the tomatoes quite a bit and the courgettes, but it's not as terrible as people are making out. Yeah, it wouldn't be a good day to simply lay in the sun all day. Well, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be enjoying the fact that I can walk about without an overcoat. And I'll be giving thanks for this lovely, lovely weather. And a light switch that works. Well, there we are. That's a bit of progress. That's the shepherd's head to hold that shutter when it's open. Now, the next bit of this job, if you recall, the stone that was there was completely collapsed and horrible, and I've replaced the stone and I've realigned that strap for the hinge so that it lines up with the strap on that one. So what I need to do now is I need to put in there a jobby, what would we call that? A spigot, a pintle, the other half of the hinge for that to go on. And that's a pretty simple matter, isn't it? He said, having already thought about this. Yeah, what you do is you go to the shop and you buy a gond. Fantastic. The only problem is, if I put a screw through that hole, it will actually miss the stone, which is not good. If I put a screw in that hole, it will be too close to the edge of the stone and there's a risk it will just split the stone out, which takes us back to square one. So my next job is to cut those holes out and move them. That's a good idea, isn't it? Or maybe a better idea would be to just drill some new holes. Yeah, right. How many of you go to that school that says that you never freehand drill holes in pieces of metal because when the drill goes through it catches and it will whip round and it will cut your fingers off? How many of you clamp all your pieces of metal to the work table? Yeah, me neither. Now, I am aware that some people think that I am rather disorganised. There are actually living people who've been in here and graciously never say anything, and they've escaped with their lives, but I knew where that was. It was in the hole on the wall just there. How about that? You can see what I've been doing. I've been countersinking things. Right, let's find a sharp drill. Well, they're woodworking bits, so that's no good. What's that look like? Looks like a drill bit. Okay. Drill bit in.